And we're back. You tuned into Sport Federation. 4 sports later, tonight's show is ending off with sailing. From Zeekoevlei Yacht Club, we have Karen Slater, who's joining us to tell us about developments in that club. Welcome, Karen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Zeekoevlei is a yacht club that's been in existence for a while.
Yeah, it first established in 1932, so it's one of the oldest dinghy yacht clubs in the Cape, certainly, if not the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kind of restricted to certain yachting events, say, or sailing events?
Well, more the size of boat, because the flay is only as deep as it is, and it swells higher in winter and lower in summers. Being a flay, there's a natural outlet. So the depth at which the boat reaches, that is determines the type of boat that it can sail there. So essentially small boats being dinghies.
Yeah.
Nothing really that is big like on the ocean, the keel boat. We also have 5 rowing clubs at Zeekoevlei, but
Has the harsh water situation that we've had in the Western Cape over the last year, has it had any impact on your sailing activity?
Actually the reverse, because the flay is looked after by False Bay Nature Conservation, and to keep the water clean, they flush it every year and so take out the blocks at the weir. And so we sit without water until the rains fill it up at the end of winter. And this year they decided, because of the drought, they're not going to flush the flay. And we're now sitting with a full flay ready to sail.
Anytime, at any time.
Beautiful.
Probably one of the few sports not affected by the drought.
It's actually quite amazing. Even places like Theewate's, because of the depth of the dam, they could still sail. They had to walk a few kilometers to get to the water, but they could still sail. So
yeah,
the drought hasn't really affected inland sailing.
Inland sailing.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with the sport, Karen?
My dad, he through a friend had been exposed to sailing. We were hanging out at Royal Cape with our hot chocolate and harnesses and life jackets on keel boats, and he decided no, he needs us to get sailing, so he took us to Zeekoevlei, in fact, and we went through a course learning on an Optimist, which is a small little slow tub of a boat for kids, but it's now an international class of boats, so it sails very competitively, even though it's still slow. And funny enough, I think those boats that we learnt on are still at Zeekoevlei and are still the boats that we use to teach the kids on at the moment.
Aww,
yeah,
memories.
So, yeah, it's fantastic.
It's very nostalgic, I'm sure, for you at times.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of development programs do you have running at the club?
At Zeekoevlei, we've got a development arm. They run fairly independently, called Zeekoevlei Sailing Centre. They do their own fundraising and then invite groups of children from different schools, high schools mainly. And they come through. The focus is introduction to sailing and getting them sailing and essentially keeping them busy after school and during weekends to have a better life. Yeah. So it's children that wouldn't have had that opportunity. And generally from the local area, so Grassy Park and Pelican Park. And
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I mean, especially those areas, they're so rife with unsavory activity in most of the corners of those areas. So this must be heaven for the kids.
And it is beautiful. Every day I go to work and I sit at my desk and I look out and I go, can't believe I'm here.
Oh, you get to work in your passion.
The bird life is absolutely phenomenal there as well.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it is absolutely stunning there. Lucky you. Well, you brought some footage and we'd like to take a look at that now. So you can tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. So this footage was taken with 6 kids that we were teaching to sail from Islamia Primary. You had 2 of them that JP interviewed just after their course. We were given a grant through South African Sailing from the Department of Sports and Rec for a Learn to Sail program to bring on transformation and open the doors of opportunity into areas that hadn't previously been exposed. And this group was fantastic. Fortunately, they had lots of light wind to learn to sail in. You can see on the video that it was very calm. But within the first day, they were sailing. Not perfectly, but they definitely got, there's so many elements in sailing to have to consider.
Yes. Wow. And they were doing it on their own.
They were grade 6. I think there were 1 or 2 from grade 7, but absolutely on their own. And absolutely fell in love with sailing. I'm dying to start again. We're going to start again.
It's like floating. It's so amazing. It's just amazing
the one
feeling.
girl that is on the video there, Salwa, she would sit in the boat absolutely incorrectly, but she'd sit flat on her bum, and you see she'd just arm out and she'd dip and she'd rock. She was just having so much fun and in her element.
I think you better get a grant for adults who want to come and try escape life and sail.
There's no distinction. It's from, I'd say 8 years old is a good age to start sailing. You understand things a little better at that age. They say your cognitive abilities have kicked in, so reasoning and so on.
Yes, yes. And a certain level of maturity
and we've
as well.
got some members that are 70, 80 years old and still sailing.
Yes, let's talk about that. What does Zeekoevlei cater for in terms of age groups, demographics, abilities, those kind of things?
Let me put it this way. The boat you choose to sail depends on your weight, your height, so how big you are relative to the sail area.
Right.
So, and your preference, whether you want to sail with somebody else or not. So we have some boats ourselves that we can teach adults and children and teenagers and so on. Otherwise, you buy your own boat and you join the club, and there's no limit. What we cater for is
everybody.
Right. And through that is Sundays. Our sailing program is on a Sunday, where we put on either club racing. We put on a shorter course for the children who are just learning to race. Put on a longer course for those that want an endurance. We have a setup where if somebody would prefer a shorter race because of their ability or age or whatever it is, we can give them a handicap buoy, so where they go around a shorter course possibly.
Yeah.
So you cater for everybody and their abilities. The other side is it also wind dependent. So that you are the captain of your ship. You need to keep yourself safe and know your limits. So if the wind is too strong, then you don't go out. But
is there a prerequisite for young children? You said around 8 years old would be an ideal time to expose them to the sport. How do they have? Is there prerequisites like an ability to swim?
Yes, you must be able to swim. You will at some stage capsize and turn the boat will flip, and you need to be able to swim with strength and get it up straight again.
Okay, and obviously
get back in to get sailing.
Everybody wears life jackets as well when they're sailing.
It's compulsory. Yeah.
Okay, is there an upcoming event except for your Sunday activities that people can come to get more information at the club?
Thank you. That's fabulous. We Women's Day, we're going to have a bit of fun, so that will be an open day.
Yeah.
And then our opening cruise is on the 1st of September, but the Sunday, the 2nd of September, we're going to be having an open spring day where we want to have all boats on the water, rowing and sailing. We invite Cape Town to come and see and experience and get taken out for a bit of a joyride to have a taste of the support.
Okay, and what facilities do you have at Zeekoevlei if people just want to relax and care and take in the
social membership is a great great way to come and enjoy the absolute little gem that we have. Facility-wise, it's a beautiful yacht club. You'll have seen some in the footage there. And we have a swimming pool, a baby swimming pool. There's a pool table, table tennis table.
Sounds like a resort.
Almost, yeah. And I mean, the waters of the club to use. And then within the club itself, we do rent it out as a venue, but when there is no sport activities happening at the club. Beautiful for a wedding. And then we have a bar upstairs, so we often put on the sport and the bar open, might get some music going, especially during regattas where we have quite a few people coming along.
Okay,
yeah.
Lovely, Karen. I can see by the smile on your face, you love what you do, you love where you work, and you're very passionate about this sport.
Yeah.
Thank you especially for putting that monies that you receive from sports and recreation to good use and affecting the lives of children for whom it would mean more than you can possibly imagine. I'm sure.
Thank you.
And we hope you return to give us more news from your club.
With pleasure, we'd love to.
Okay. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in once again to Sports Federation TV. Remember, you can catch our show every Friday night at 9 p.m. on channel 263 DSTV, repeated Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. And for these interviews and all the previous interviews, feel free to like our Facebook page where you can learn more about all the amazing sports available to you in the Western Cape and in South Africa. Whatever sport you're playing this weekend, lekker speel.